Hello, fellow guardians and seekers. How are you guys doing? I'm trying to work up a name to call you fellow Kingdom Hearts fans who also supports me. And the co-guardians and seekers are supposed to be opponent to Guardians of Light, Seekers of Darkness. Tell me how you guys like it. I'm really doing my best here. That said, we're going to explain. I'm going to go over this gamer article that says Heartless and Nobodies explained. The relationship between Heartless and Nobodies can be a little difficult to get your head around, but here's what you need to know. So, let's give this a read, shall we? The world of Kingdom Hearts employs a variety of baseline concepts in its world building. Some of these can seem a bit dense, but there is a particular methodology to all of it. The best way to understand it is through the relationship of the Heartless and the Nobodies. Well, the Heartless and Nobodies have recurring roles in nearly all the Kingdom Hearts games as antagonistic forces. Their nature and origins are only briefly touched upon the game's critical story material. By digging deeper, though, we can unravel what exactly makes these mysterious entities tick and what it is they seek. So the three components of being. In the world of Kingdom Hearts, the overall world, that is, not just the individual worlds, every living sentient creatures and person is what's known as a somebody. Be they good, evil, or whatever else. If they're not a Heartless or a Nobody, then they are somebody. The being of somebody is made up of three primary components: the body, the soul, and the heart. The body is somebody's physical being, their presence of a tangible world. The soul is somebody's mind or will. The soul is what contains things like memories, impulses, or instincts. Finally, the heart is debatably the most important part of a somebody. The heart contains emotions and drives as well as somebody's inner light and darkness. Every heart, both good and evil, has positive and negative feelings, which means there is a wellspring of both light and darkness within it, respectively. Typically, somebody can exist without all three of these components. In that case of natural death of instincts, for instance, that being that destruction of somebody's heart, their souls, and somebody's body, their soul and heart are set into a tandem off to the final world, after which we can't really say what happens. However, there are exceptions to this, brought about by means both magical and mundane. It is from these means the Heartless and Nobodies are created. So now we're going to go into the Heartless. Okay? As somebodies, hearts can be completely consumed by darkness, either from their own inner wellspring as a result of negative emotional overload or from an external source of darkness. Either way, when this happens, their body and soul are erased, leaving an embodied heart swimming in a pool of darkness. This embodied heart takes shape in form of a Heartless, a creature of darkness. The Heartless are driven by an instinctive desire to spread their darkness wherever they can, by stealing the hearts of somebodies. They are why Heartless are. This is also why Heartless are instinctively drawn to wielders of the Keyblade. Keyblade wielders' hearts shine bright with both light and darkness, serving as a beacon of sorts for hungry Heartless. As creatures driven by the darkness, the Heartless are instinctively subservient to those with powerful wellsprings of darkness in their hearts, like Maleficent or Xehanort. Of course, attempting to control the Heartless in this way is extremely dangerous, as losing control of your emotions will drive the Heartless into a heart-snatching frenzy. Heartless spawn from natural sources of darkness, like one inner darkness or the realm of darkness, are known as pure-blood Heartless. These kinds of Heartless have pure black or purple bodies, and in the case of large purebloods, like Invisibles or Darksides, a large heart-shaped hole is in their chest. Meanwhile, Heartless born from artificial means, like dark magic, are known as Emblem Heartless, named after the red and black Heartless emblem stamped somewhere on their bodies. These Heartless are take on stranger, move more. These Heartless take on stranger. These Heartless take on stranger, more varied forms, often reminiscent of the world their somebodies came from. And then now we are getting to the nobodies, and I hope you guys got that explanation of what a Heartless is. And I will have this article in the pinned comments down below, so if you wonderful people want to read this, you guys can. The Nobodies. As we mentioned, when a heart falls to darkness and a Heartless is created, the body and soul simply fizzles out of existence. However, when a somebody possesses an exceptionally strong soul, driven by powerful conviction and will, the body can continue to persist on its own as an independent entity. This is how a nobody comes into being, an ephemeral creature that is not meant to exist. As creatures of neither light nor darkness, nobodies can freely traverse through both realms with little concern for their safety. They don't have hearts, so they can fall into darkness. They can fall to darkness, after all. Unfortunately, in spite of this perk, the transition to a nobody is not generally a positive one. Most nobodies undergo several physical mutations and mental distortions, assuming bizarre ephemeral forms and exhibiting erratic behaviors. Unlike the Heartless, as nobodies still possess their souls, they are capable of sentient thought. The nobodies can plan, strategize, and coordinate with one another to get what they want. However, they do still have a base. They still have a base instinct they can't escape. Nobodies almost constantly long for their hearts back, constantly adrift in an emotionless void of being. Without their hearts, nobodies can actually feel emotion. Can't feel emotions. Only reacting to situations based on their memories and how they would have reacted if they still had them. With enough time and emotional stimulation, it is technically possible for a nobody to develop an entirely new heart, as was the case with Roxas. But this is a rare occurrence. And then unusual cases. The rule of govern somebodies, Heartless and nobodies are generally ironclad, but there have been some exceptions over the years. One of the most prominent of these exceptions is the many incarnations of Xehanort. Due to possessing both an externally strong will and a natural affinity for the darkness, both Xehanort's Heartless and Nobody were able to maintain a humanoid form with minimal mutation. Oh, physical mutation, as I can't read apparently. There is also how the members of Organization 13 appear human, despite being nobodies. Though, okay, Nemo. Love you too, boy. Anyways. Despite being nobodies, through the other members have more prominent mutations like Syx pointed ears and Axel's facial markings. Going further into the past, Xehanort was able to deliberately release his heart to supplement Terra's, stealing his body and impersonating his heart in the process. However, due to the powerful grudge against Xehanort, Terra's soul was able to persist on his own, animating his cast-off Keyblade armor as a substitute body. In a somewhat similar vein, Sora's heart has held several other individual hearts over the years, including Ventus and Kyrie's. In the latter case, when Sora released his heart to set Kyrie's free, the process that would normally create a Heartless and Nobody experienced a hitch. Sora's heart became a Heartless, his body and soul developed its own self as Rox's, and thanks to residual emotions from Kyrie's heart, his body then duplicated and transformed to become a pseudo Nobody Namne. I thought they were going to mention Xion, because I think Xion is the Nobody that is both Kyrie's and Sora's, which is a video that I would love to go into a deep dive in the future, because Xion is like one of the most interesting Organization 13 members, one of the most interesting nobodies to have been created, in my opinion. Because she's a nobody of technically 2 people. So, like I said, that would be a thing that I would love to go into, like, do a deep dive in the future. So you guys can expect that at some point from me on this channel. Anyways, going back to Namine, there's unusual circumstances are also why Namine has the ability to tamper with Sora's memories. Which, yeah, she kind of tampers with Sora's memory and changes some memories. For those of you who are kind of new to the Kingdom Hearts games, in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Namine tampered with Sora's memories, but it was not by her choice. She was kind of forced to do so, as Sora was going through Castle Oblivion. I won't spoil, really go into detail per se of what she does entirely, because those of you who hasn't played Chain of Memories, I still want you guys to play it and still find out for yourselves the story as you guys unfold and the details as well. So play the game or watch the cutscenes on YouTube, or go watch my gameplay of it on this channel, because I actually did stream it. Anyways, the precise play between light, darkness, and the components of being are what governs the creation of Heartless and Nobodies, and the balance of the realms. It could be said that neither Heartless nor Nobodies are truly supposed to exist, at least within the realm of light, but the fact that they continue to is why Keyblade wielders like Sora and company continue their fight. And it's great. The Kingdom Hearts is kind of it has a lot of I'll say it has a lot of shit for you to memorize a bit, and at times it can be confusing. But oh my god, once you go do a deep dive Kingdom Hearts, oh my god, it's great. It's so much fun. It's like I said, I've been a Kingdom Hearts fan for 20 years. My brother got me into Kingdom Hearts because he had it on the PlayStation 1. He had Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. My first Kingdom Hearts game I owned was Chain of Memories on the PlayStation 2. And now I've literally got all the games on the PlayStation 4. So I'm in like heaven right now. Plus I got 4 Keyblades. Not bragging or anything, but I do. My point is, there are times when like Kingdom Hearts gives you so much information that can be confusing, and I get that. And it's great. It's like totally in love with Kingdom Hearts. So to recap, Heartless are like creatures that are born after someone dies. And they're creatures that go after like the darkness. They have like this obsession of trying to like make everything else dark by trying to steal other people's hearts, especially Keyblade wielders whose lights in their hearts shine the brightest. Nobodies are people who dies and have a strong will, and that's how nobodies are created. But with that said, what do you guys think of this article? Did this article explain everything well? Let me know in the comment section down below. I will have this article in the pinned comments down. So if you guys want to read this, you guys can. With that said, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And we'll talk to you fellow mutants later. Later, taters.